Hi, and welcome back to the Off Plan Show. It's good to see you again. My name is Mirio Koto, and this show was put together to give you genuine insights on the real estate market so that you can make well-informed decisions when it comes to real estate investing. So today in the studio, we have an amazing guest. Her name is Ada. She's one of the sales managers in Expo City. If you don't know Expo City is a fantastic developer that's responsible for the Expo Valley. It's a fantastic community. So without wasting any time, I'd love to introduce our next guest, Ada. Hi, Ada.
Hi.
How you doing?
Very good, very good. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. It's very good to have you on the show. Now, Ada, without wasting any time, is Dubai the best city in the world when it comes to real estate investing? And that's both as an investor and a broker. Does it give the best benefits?
Well, I think the climb that real estate has had in the past couple of years is proof enough that it is a really good investment. There's a lot of people that have made money from this market. There's a lot of brokers, as we well know, that became millionaires because of this market. And even happier clients have become even billionaires because of this market. Now, why I think it is such a good market is because, again, the leaders of the city and the leaders of this country, they have a huge vision. It doesn't look like it is going anywhere less than the vision that they have. And if it keeps climbing, the demand is just going to keep rising and rising for real estate and for people to move into Dubai. And the more and more people move, the better the investment opportunities are going to be for the clients as well. So yes, I truly believe it is one of the best countries for investment, especially also that our prices are still considered one of the lowest compared to a first world-class city. So this is the time to invest. And yeah, we're at the spectrum of definitely the best countries to invest in terms of real estate.
Excellent. Ada, tell us how you got into the real estate business. How did you become a successful real estate professional? How did you end up taking advantage of the market?
Okay, so basically, I have family that are in real estate, and I've also watched their journey. Now, definitely when you have family, you see the ups and downs. It's not all glamorous as you would see on Instagram or YouTube or so. Yeah, I knew the risks that I was going to take going into real estate and having the life of a realtor. I started off as a broker.
Right.
Yes, and it was actually fun. It had its ups and downs, and I stayed there with two companies. And then after I got experience in brokerage, I decided that I want to take the next step and try out maybe going for a developer, seeing how that lifestyle was going to be. And I actually worked with a company that had exclusive projects with developers. So I was selling in multiple locations, and that gave me a huge, broad spectrum of experience because I got to sell in places like Downtown, Business Bay, Palm Jumeirah, JVC. So I saw it all from the best of the best to the mid. So yeah, it was a great journey. And actually, one of the exclusive projects was Expo City. And yeah, I was from the team that was assigned to go to Expo City and sell the products that they had there. And
Right.
then after around 8 months of being in Expo, basically Expo decided that, well, according to their contract, it was only a temporary contract with the company that I was in. So they wanted to have their own sales team, and they kept some of the team that was with the previous company. So in the contract, yes, they said that they were able to hire the team that was there already, and I was one of them. And yeah, now I'm with Expo City and couldn't be happier.
Excellent. Now, Ada, what is Expo City? We've heard you mention Expo City a lot. Maybe some people out there don't know what Expo, they don't know if it's a developer, they don't know if it's indeed a city. So, what is Expo City and what makes it unique?
So, you've mentioned a very good point. I feel like a lot of people don't know that whether Expo City is a developer or is it the biggest event organizer in the country,
Yeah,
or
at this point, they seem
yeah,
like it.
yeah, where we get a lot of feedback and a lot of talks. But yes, so there was always a vision to this community from the beginning of when they went and won the bid for Expo to come to Dubai until what we are selling now to many and many and many years to come, not just in real estate, but for the whole community and what it's going to represent to Dubai. And yeah, so Expo City is a developer. They've already invested a lot in this community, and in my opinion, like if I keep talking about Expo, we're never going to end because it's
I know
just
it is.
there is a lot.
There is a lot to
Like
talk
if we're
about.
gonna talk about events or commercial entertainment or what they're doing with the real estate or the message of sustainability that they are sending to all of the UAE and trying to embrace and yeah, so Expo is a community that's one of its kind in Dubai. It has everything from commercial and entertainment, a place where you will not want to live and raise your children, things that would make it very accessible, solutions to a lot of problems that you would hear of people living in the UAE. You can actually find the solutions were made inside Expo in terms of transportation, in terms of heat, in terms of nature. So yeah, Expo City is a hub that has it all.
So,
And
are you talking from the perspective of it being a developer or it being a brand?
so Expo is definitely a huge brand, and it is even a bigger brand in Dubai because it was one of the most successful expos that have happened in the history of the world. So, yeah, so it's great as a brand, but the brand wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for what Dubai was able to accomplish with it. You know, they really brought things to the name Expo that really made us proud and made the whole country proud. And yeah, so it's both a brand and what Dubai has achieved with the brand that the Expo is.
Now, uh, now that you've mentioned all of these fantastic things that's going on with Expo, there's a project that stands out the most, and that's Expo Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit more about Expo Valley.
Okay.
What's the idea behind Expo Valley? And we can quickly go to the units available, the prices, sizes, and perhaps we can compare to other projects out there, real estate projects. And
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, so Expo Valley. Um, it's a green community that is 60% greenery. Now, we wanted to make something that's going to be unique. So, a concept of more nature than there is units. We're giving you plenty of green spaces, which is honestly refreshing to have in the UAE because, you know, yes, they are slowly starting to incorporate nature more.
yes.
And thanks to His Highness's 2040 vision, of course, this is coming alive. And Expo City is going to be, and I believe it is the first stepping stone of His Highness's 2040 vision in terms of greenery, sustainability, and technological advancements. So it's a 60% green living. You have and a lot of amenities, enough amenities for 3 villa communities, and you
Right.
have them in one for exclusive number of units that are only 532. You get
Right.
anything from 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses, semi-detached villas, and standalone, all in the same gated villa community, enjoying all the same amenities. Yeah, it's a different style of living. Things from farming to spas, skate parks, tennis courts, paddle tennis. So yeah, we wanted people to have a lot of activities. That we wanted them to not to not get bored. We wanted them to have a ready infrastructure right at their doorstep, which is Expo City. And that is actually where Expo did things really, really, really differently, because we did things the opposite way. Usually you'd get the residential and then you would get the commercial and entertainment. Here you have a ready infrastructure with everything, and we're just giving you the residential. So you will not be bothered by construction of all the commercial, and you can use everything.
So the community is ready.
The community is ready, yes.
What is available to invest right now?
All right, so we have our semi-detached villas. These are called Yasmina. All right, so these are currently on availability today. So our 4 bedrooms are around 4,000 square foot, and the price starts at 6.1 million. Now for our 5 beds, these are around 4,600 square foot, and the price starts at 7.1 million. Now they also have a rooftop room with its own bathroom. So the 4 bedrooms can easily be marketed or converted to a 5, and the 5 bedrooms can easily be converted into a 6 bedroom.
How can we compare this project with other real estate developers? Say Shoba. Shoba also has Shoba Reserve. Yeah, they have 5 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms as well. Starting price is roughly around what you've just mentioned. Their starting price is around 7 million. They also claim to be one of the greenest communities launched this year. So if we were to compare these two vastly different projects, what would be your take if you were to compare Expo City, Expo Valley with all these other projects out there in the market right now?
Okay, so again, we go back to the ready infrastructure, because I feel like this is a huge point that not many developers have. We have a ready metro station, for example. This is very, very rare to find nearby a villa community, or even walking distance from a villa community in Dubai. So that's a huge, huge, huge point. Now, on top of that, we're seeing a huge shift happen to the south side of Dubai, you know, with the Palm Jabal Ali launch, with Al Maktoum Airport,
It's
the
like
largest
the
airport in the world.
Southwest.
Exactly, yes. So we're looking at also the largest airport in the world, Al Maktoum Airport. We're seeing more and more developments and plots being bought towards that side. Now, with that shift, these areas are rapidly developing, and they still did not get their capital appreciation. So you can imagine when things start opening up more and more in these areas, what's going to happen. It's better than getting in developed areas that have already appreciated. On top of that, let's talk about our handover date, Q1 of 2026. Now that is one of the closest handover dates in all the new developments that have been coming up recently. So you can also see how much you can save in the 6 months, 1 year, a year and a half, that other developments would take to hand over their own product.
Now, you say that a lot of development is going towards the southwest side of the city. Why is the government giving so much attention to Expo area? Why is there just so much attention over there? Why is there a lot of money being poured to these areas?
Okay, so first of all, a huge event came to Dubai, which is the Expo 2020. So they've invested over 25 billion dirhams on the infrastructure of that community. You know, that's a lot and a lot of money. So there is, again, a vision that they wanted to have. It wasn't just for one event and then that community was going to die out and go into rubble. So they wanted to make it a residential community so people can enjoy the 25 billion dirhams community. On top of that, Expo is one of the 5 locations of His Highness's 2040 vision. So that is a huge point.
What are the other ones?
So you have, I believe, Silicon Oasis is one of them. And we've already seen a lot of innovation and companies moving into Silicon Oasis. There are a few others, but the ones that I have on the top of my head are definitely Expo City, Silicon Oasis, and the same thing you see, for example, in Expo, we have Fortune 500 companies and huge companies that are
Yes.
moving in there, and not any companies that are also hosts of the concept of sustainability. So you have Siemens that has moved in from Germany,
Right.
Terminus, an AI and robotics company from China. We have DP World, Emirates, and many, many more are being signed. Now, this is also going to benefit the residents in terms of they're going to have people that will want to buy and rent out their properties because they are workers in the community as well.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they're going to have a lot of accessibility because whenever you have companies there, more and more businesses open up to accommodate, like restaurants, food and beverage, entertainment, to accommodate for the companies that are there, of course. So the
Right.
benefits get the residents get to benefit a lot. Now, I think the fact that Expo has been spent on a lot and the fact that it's part of His Highness's 2040 vision and it will be one of the first communities to showcase that vision is
Right.
why they are putting a lot of attention there. Like, for example, just last week, Her Excellency Rima Al-Hashimi, our CEO, signed a contract with Diwa, her and His Highness signed a contract with Diwa that Expo will be running on reusable energy by 2050. Now, that's a huge achievement,
Right.
and for them to put Expo's name on that achievement as well and making it the community to host that is also huge, and it shows a lot about what's going to happen in the future to that specific community if they have their eyes on it this much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think will be, in Dubai, we're very, as real estate professional, we're very reserved when it comes to stating the ROI and capital appreciation.
Correct.
But nonetheless, I'll put you on the spotlight. What do you think will be the expected ROI in Expo Valley and capital appreciation? Right now, most newer, well-built projects can sometimes even offer 10% ROI. I've seen it happen. So many people are skeptical, but yes, you can get 10% ROI. Anywhere between 8 to 9 is normal, but I've seen the appetite for investors. Now they all just want 10%. Also, we're seeing 10% growth in the real estate market generally. That's without comparing any project per se. So, what do you think will be the general ROI and capital appreciation in Expo Valley, considering all these amazing benefits that it has?
Now, this is actually a very, very tough question, and not just because I would like to be conservative or not really say a number, but there's no community that I could compare to Expo City in the whole in all of Dubai.
Some would say Al Barari, perhaps.
Yeah, so Al Barari definitely in terms of its greenery, I've heard that a lot from investors, from clients and brokers. But imagine when we add to Al Barari a metro station. Imagine when we add the new Dubai Exhibition Center, where most exhibitions will be moving to. Imagine when we add the concept of sustainability and technological advancements.
Yeah.
So these are concepts that are new to Dubai or are new to one community alone. So it's very, very tough to put in an ROI. However, not go wrong because of our payment plan. And why is that? Because if you're paying, so our payment plans are around 50% and 50% post handover. So if we're saying that you are going to be paying 50% and then getting a ready product at the time of the handover, let's say that your property value goes up by around 30%, which is what it usually goes up to. It's a reasonable appreciation in Dubai, and I would say it's a safe appreciation in Dubai. Let's say that happens, and you've only paid 50% of the property value. So 30, 40 would be great, because that means you're going to be making around 70% return on investment just because of that payment plan. If you paid 100% during the construction period and then you had it on the handover, so you pay 100%, that means you would have to divide that ROI by 2 because of the payment plan. Now, again, with our great payment plan, you cannot go wrong and you cannot worry at all with the ROI, because 70-80% ROI in just 2 years, which is the day of the handover, 2 years and 3 months, is huge.
Okay, so how can investors make money by flipping in Expo Valley? And should they flip or hold the property?
Okay, so that's a very interesting question, because in Expo you can actually do both. Why? Because of the payment plan, first of all. With the payment plan, you can, let's say, sell at the time of the handover and you've only paid 50%. If you wait more, then you would be paying more of the property value over the years. So flipping 100% works, because again, you're buying off plan, you'll have a ready product, and whoever you are selling the property to will also enjoy the post handover payment plan. On top of that, now, if you want to hold it, I would also recommend that. Why? You can wait until the Palm Jabal Ali becomes a little bit more developed. You can wait until Al Maktoum Airport becomes a little more developed as well. We're going to have our metro station extended to Al Maktoum Airport, the largest airport in the world, and we will be 1 metro station away. So definitely that would raise any demand for short-term rental and raise the prices of Expo all along exponentially. So
How much do you need to flip the unit? How much do
so
you need?
you will need to pay around 30% of the property value, and then you would be able to resell.
Now, do you think people who will be exiting the market early will miss out on all this opportunity to make more money
Look, it
instead of
depends.
holding it longer?
Look, it depends. If your capital is 50% of the property value or 60%, then yeah, maybe you'll be able to miss out. Let's say if you have a big capital and you're able to buy 2, 3 properties, sell one at the time of the handover, let it pay for the other one, hold the other one, let it really, really, really appreciate and see what the future holds for Expo, then you will be getting the best of both worlds. You know, you just made profit off one property that you sold early, you just have other assets that you are gonna wait for, and it's a win-win situation. So it really depends on the client and their capital, and how much they're willing to wait and how much they're willing to pay as well. I do recommend, if you're not in it for quick cash, then definitely wait and see what the future holds for Expo, because it's going to be mind-blowing. And yeah, if you just need to cash out, then that's completely understandable, and you will still be able to make a good amount of profit with us.
What would you do if you were an investor, you just bought a unit? Would
Yeah.
you flip or you would hold it?
So honestly, if I was buying the property,
Yeah.
I would love to live in Expo, because if you are a UAE resident, I don't think there's many communities, very rarely, that will provide you with what Expo can provide. In terms of our services, so we have our shuttle buggy service that will take you, your family, your friends all around Expo. You will have things to visit all year round. Your front row seats to the greatest concerts and events and exhibitions. Now, that's why, like, if you are a resident, definitely live in Expo, because you're provided with a whole other world.
Fantastic
Yeah,
community.
fantastic community. If you're an investor and you have a good amount of capital, I would recommend you live in it and invest in it as well. Yeah.
Now, what can we expect from Expo City moving forward? What do you think is on the horizon for Expo City?
Okay, so a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean, I think we're going to break grounds in terms of sustainability. And this is a huge topic for us, and it is the future. So we believe that if you're not hosting and if you're not welcoming the concept of sustainability right now,
Yes.
the communities are going to start looking very outdated very quick, because this is where everybody's heading. This is where all the biggest car companies, the biggest business companies, the biggest tech companies are headed towards. So the topic of sustainability is huge. It's not a coincidence that with the COP28 coming, we had over 150 leaders from all around the world visit the COP.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that we had over 40,000 diplomats and
Yeah.
people for 2 weeks just preaching and talking about the concept of sustainability. So so I think we're going to break grounds in the city regarding sustainability and climate change. I think we're going to break grounds in terms of the technology that we're going to be able to bring to the UAE market, and also in terms of greenery as well. And we have a huge number of events and things that people are going to be that people are going to be visiting all year round in Dubai. And with these events coming as well, people are going to get to know more and more about Expo and what the vision is for this community. So yeah, you're going to hear a lot and a lot about us in the upcoming year because of all these events.
Do you think there'll be another project just as good as Expo Valley elsewhere?
So in terms of elsewhere, difficult, because again, we have a lot of people behind this project that have put a lot of passion, and they want to send the message. It's not just any villa community to them. Again, we have a lot to live up for, being one of His Highness's 2040 vision locations, and the amount of press that we're getting because of how much the leaders do believe in us. And so we have a lot to live up for, and we are going to achieve everything that we are promising.
So what you're saying is there won't be another project like Expo, or is this just a one-off project? Yeah.
Yeah, so Expo is one of its kind, but what I think it is it's a stepping stone for what every villa community in Dubai should be in terms of its greenery, in terms of sustainability, in terms of the amenities we want to provide for all the residents that are going to be living there, in terms of the technological advancements and the solutions that we have found to a lot of problems that you would have in living in the UAE. So it's the first of its kind, I would say, and we're seeing already in the market a lot of people following the lead
They're trying, yeah.
that we have led by, in terms of there are a lot of developers that are now saying, here's a list of all the concepts that we've made in terms of sustainability. We never used to hear that before.
Yeah.
Like before Expo, I almost never heard that. And then now with Expo coming up with that, and it's great. We want that because this is the vision for us to be the first stepping stone for other villa communities.
Yeah,
So,
I think Expo Valley, in a way, kind of unleashed a certain appetite that investors didn't know they had before.
Yes.
Where they want to prioritize more green living spaces other than the livable areas, like inside your property.
Exactly.
It almost gave the market something they didn't know they wanted until they found it.
Yeah.
That's how I look at Expo, and it's truly fascinating. Now, what is the future of real estate in Dubai economy? What's your take in this entire business?
Okay, so I think it's just gonna keep climbing up and up and up. And why is because people are like, no, wait, I'm gonna hold on because now the prices have skyrocketed from maybe 2 years ago. And
Yeah.
I would understand why someone would say, no, I'm not gonna invest now. I'm gonna wait till the prices, start going down.
They call it a seller's market, but the best projects are now being released now. You just won't find it in
Exactly.
another different kind of market.
So we keep getting better and better in the projects that we are making. Now, you're seeing Dubai expand in ways that it has never expanded like before. For example, the amount of schools that are opening up in Dubai, the amount of companies that are coming in from all around the world, and definitely the way that the UAE has dealt with COVID has really made it a safe haven for people from all around the world to start coming in. Now, the population is around 3.5, 3.9 million,
Yeah,
which is nothing. Like it's barely anything, and people say, oh, it's a seller's market, there's huge supply and there's not going to be a demand. Well, no, because it's predicted that by 2040 Dubai is going to be double its
yeah.
population.
Would
So
be
yeah,
well over five.
yeah,
5 million.
well over 5 million, well over 6 million. So how are we saying that there's a lot of supply and there won't be a demand? On top of that, we can literally count the areas with villa communities on our hands,
That's right. Yeah.
which is crazy. Like,
It's a paradox, right?
yeah, it's there's barely any villa communities, and people are coming with their families to the safe haven that is Dubai, and they want villa communities. They want more residences. They want more places. And honestly, like, I've been in the country for the past 17 years,
Right.
and I've never seen buildings being so full
Yeah.
like it is right now. Like, you would always find rentals, you would always find places to buy, but now, like, it's crazy. Everything is, you'd go even to rent a place and it's the whole building is fully booked. You can't even rent in it.
Yeah.
That shows enough. And the amount of tourists that are coming to Dubai as well, and then they end up falling in love with it and staying and looking for real estate and wanting to buy real estate.
Right.
Like, I don't think the Dubai market, and just to add, on top of all the appreciation and on top of all the increase in prices that we have seen in the past 2 years, we are still today one of the lowest in the world in terms of real estate for a first world class country. Now, that says a lot. If anything, Dubai is only going to rise to catch up to the rest of the world, because we still didn't in terms of our real estate prices. Hong Kong is triple. Look at the prices in London. Look at the prices in all the first world cities. We're not even close to where they are at. So yeah, I don't think that it's just very, very low chances that it would ever go down.
What do you think the comparison between Dubai and Singapore?
Oh my God. So yeah,
That's a quick one. This wasn't planned.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
know your take. Do you think
Yeah.
we're going to surpass Singapore in terms of a financial hub, in terms of a real estate
So
market?
Singapore. Now, we've had a lot of clients come in recently from Singapore. And it's crazy because they can't even buy in their own country from how ridiculously expensive the prices of real estate has become, that they're going abroad now and they want to buy and live somewhere else and maybe rent in their own country, which is crazy. But yeah, and again, Dubai's prices compared to Singapore, there's a huge, huge gap. So they would rather come and buy multiple properties here in Dubai than not even afford to buy one property in their own hometown. So yeah, again, that just proves the point again that Dubai is still the lowest in terms of our real estate prices, and it's very, very conservative. And with the quality that we're providing and the innovations that we're bringing to the real estate market, with the plus the prices that we have, like, it's a no-brainer to invest here, and it's a no-brainer to live here and get your family here.
Wouldn't somebody argue that Singapore has done well and the market is growing exponentially compared to Dubai? I mean, I'm still kind of still on the fence.
Yeah.
If I was to compare Singapore to Dubai, but still, I see there's a lot of room for improvement in Dubai than I see in Singapore. I don't know if that makes sense.
The way I would answer that is, Singapore is a very, very, very small country. Now, how much more can you improve if you don't have space.
Right.
You get me? Like here in Dubai, we have a lot and a lot of land. We can expand for the next hundreds and hundreds of years, and there will still be land, and there will still be new innovations and new products that will be able to put on this land. In Singapore, it's either they'll demolish and then they'll get some
Yeah.
new concept, or they'll add to the concepts that they already have. But even in that aspect, why would you
Kind of the
invest
predicament
there?
that New York is in. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you invest in these places and not come invest in a place that keeps expanding and has, there's no country in the world, I believe, that has developed as fast as the UAE. We're talking about a country that started in the 1970s.
Yeah.
And look at where it is now and what it has achieved now in only the past 52 years. That is it's crazy, you know. And what the next 50 years hold, if it's even like double of what we have seen in the past 50 years, it would be unimaginable. And you have a leader
It's a phenomenon to be studied, actually.
exactly, exactly. And the leaders of this country, they just, their visions keep getting bigger and better and bigger and better, that you can trust where you're putting your money in. You can trust where you're living in. And yeah, it's just very, very, very promising.
Now, speaking of room for improvement, yeah,
Yeah.
we've had so many real estate projects being launched in a short period of time. Yeah, be it the top dogs, MR, the likes of Shoba, Ellington, and whatnot. And also, we're seeing newer developers entering the market every year, from MTR's real estate developers to Leo's developers to so many other brand new developers that haven't developed anything yet.
Correct.
Do you think we might be heading to a bubble? Do you think we'll have an oversupply that the demand won't be able to meet?
Look, I think that with all the great developments that are coming up in the real estate markets now, from Expo to what other developers like Aldar and Amar and all these big names in the country, they're taking their products to the next level. You know, with all the biggest developers. Okay, for example, Expo has shown something in terms of sustainability, greenery, and technology that we haven't seen before. Amar is also leveling up from its past developments, let's say, and with other developers as well. They're seeing that they cannot maintain the same quality that they've had 5 years ago.
Indeed,
Because
there's also-
yeah, the market is hungry for more. You know, and if the new developers
Is it
that are
more or different, you know?
yeah, they're striving for different things. Like we're opening up more and more to different concepts and greenery and sustainability, and all of these words that were not very popular 5 years ago now are really coming on the surface as you need to think that way. You need to move on to the future of how things are going to be. And if the new developers are not going to at least come close with their developments to the quality, the finishes, the concepts that are coming up right now, they won't have buyers. I'm sorry, but they need to really start leveling up their products. And if their first handover is not showing enough, it's just going to be rising, and then we're going to see a crash in these new developers that are going to be coming up. So yeah,
So your argument is
yeah,
that with all these projects that are being launched, the buyers are now smarter. So it's kind of going to be like natural selection, where the
Exactly.
weaker developers who are not giving great value will just die off of
need to-
natural causes, and then the big ones will keep on.
exactly,
But
because you need to ask yourself, why would I as an investor buy with you and not with them? Why wouldn't I buy with someone that is providing me all of this, providing me great finishes, great prices, a great payment plan, and come and purchase with you? And if they don't have buyers, the product is not going to even come up, because liquidity is extremely important for a developer to be able to complete the product. So they need to do their research on, if I am providing the investor this much, how much should my prices be? And you get what you pay for. Now, if you want to get something that you need to see where your priorities are. For example, I had the client the other day, and I asked him, why did you come to our sales center? What were you looking for? And he said, I'm a tech guy, so technology means a lot to me, and I wanted to be around that. And he told me, and greenery, which is something I'm used to in my home country, is very, very important to me. So I was like, okay. And then he was like, yeah, I was looking in Dubai Hills. I was looking in other places. You guys have the same price point. Why should I buy with you? And then I was like, you said it. You said you want to be around technology and you want to be around greenery. And we are providing that. So you set your priorities straight. If that is your priority, you will buy with us. If you have other priorities, and I would understand why you would buy on other areas. But with your priorities, we are your perfect choice. And it depends on again the investor's priority, the client's priority. If your priority is a small budget, then you should expect what quality you would be getting. Or if you're, for example, what's important to you is, for example, the payment plan, then pick your developers wisely, and yeah.
So, what my takeaway from what you've said is that all these projects may not affect the economy in any way, may not create a certain
No.
instability in the market, because buyers will buy what they want to buy.
Yes.
And whoever's, doesn't make the cut won't make the cut.
Yeah, and now we're seeing a huge rise in people's appetite for real estate and investing. So you're going to have before it used to be, oh, the rich invest in property.
Yeah.
Now you have all types of people wanting to invest in properties. So even the developers that let's say are coming up with something that is lower quality but at a better price, there are gonna be clients for that. And the higher price developers, there are going to be clients for that. The middle class, there's gonna be there's gonna be products for them. So honestly, the Dubai market, and of course we've all heard of the bubble rumor. And it is not gonna come to a bubble. It's not a bubble. It's just rising to follow the world with its prices. The innovations that they're making just starts making everything make sense in terms of why the real estate market is such in high demand in the UAE, and the country keeps proving, itself. And yeah, it's just, for the past 2 years we've been hearing the bubble theory, and for the past 2 years it did not even look like it's close. It's close to coming.
Nothing but
like there was not one proof, when everything has proved to the opposite that it's not gonna have the bubble. Yet people are still clinging to that bubble in hopes of, oh, I will invest next year when it crashes. When now a lot of people are regretting not investing 2 years ago when they could have made a lot of money.
Yeah, and I agree. Now, last but not least, last question of the day before we let you go from the studio. From the time that you spent here in Dubai real estate and whatnot, what do you see yourself in the future of Dubai real estate? What do you hope to accomplish with in this business?
So when we started this episode, you asked me about why did I start real estate?
Correct. Yeah.
And I told you I have family in real estate. So something that this family has told me, that when you get into real estate, you just can't get out. You know,
Yes.
you just
Yes.
it just becomes
It's
like,
on and on
yeah,
and on.
it really becomes
You start
home
when your
in
heart
a
stops,
way. You
yeah.
know, you just know it. I don't know. I don't think if I move on to any other career, I would be as happy or as fulfilled or make
Yeah.
as much as I do make in my real estate career. And it's a great industry because something that made me fall in love with it is definitely the fact that I get to meet a lot of different people, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very rare to get an opportunity like that to meet a lot of people from different countries, get to learn from them. You know, it enhances not just your career but you as a person.
Yeah.
And I don't see myself going anywhere else but real estate. And yeah, I see myself with Expo for a very long time, and we have huge visions for years and years to come. And yeah, I don't see myself ever leaving the real estate market.
yeah.
And for a long time, I'll definitely be with Expo.
Excellent.
So,
You
yeah.
know, you said amazing things. I'm sure the future looks bright, and I believe you.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a fantastic show, quite informative.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you so much for making it up to the studios today.
Anytime, it's a pleasure. Thank
All
you for
right.
having me.
Thank you so much for
Mary.
being
It's always
here.
a pleasure. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we'll see you again. Remember, if you want to invest in Expo City, Expo Valley, or anywhere in the real estate industry, get in touch as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hi, Ada. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us in the studio
was a
of
pleasure.
Plan. In this part of the show, I'm going to ask you a few questions, okay?
Sure.
So, what do you love most about your job?
Definitely my colleagues, definitely that we get to be in Expo City, and my Vice President Karim.
Excellent. And how do you spend your weekends?
Outdoors, camping, or in parties.
Excellent. Other than real estate, what would you invest in?
I would definitely put a broad spectrum to my investments, so gold, stocks, and hedge funds.
Okay. So, what's your best spot to relax in Dubai?
Definitely outdoors, somewhere like the beach, mountains, go to Rak, go to Hatta, and yeah.
Very good. Now, last but not least, other than real estate, what job would you be doing if not real estate?
So it might be a surprise to some, but I want to be somewhere secluded, farm, be around animals, and yeah, that's what I would like to do.
You'd be a farmer.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Anytime, any day.
Have a good day.